Hey everyone, so this is a very short walkthrough of the message options for LayerZero v2. It's pretty much a screen recording walkthrough of the page right here in the docs. It might be a little bit confusing or daunting at first, so hopefully my introduction will help you. So there are four options that you can utilize, with the last two being needing extra attention slightly because they require changes to your contract in order to be supported. So first we have the most simple one, which is LZ receive. This can be considered as the base option, and pretty much the only thing that it expects is a value for the gas that should be used by the executor when it calls the destination contract. So this diagram is simplified. I'm not including details such as the executor and the DVN. Hopefully you're already familiar with those concepts. Okay, so moving on. After that, because it's such a very common use case, needing to send or needing to include gas token of the destination chain as part of the message sending. So we have LZ native drop. So for this one, aside from specifying the gas value for the executor, we can also specify a gas token amount that should also be airdropped to the destination contract. So the third one, we have LZ compose. So compose means a message that is meant to be in a way forwarded to another contract. So that is called a composed message. When we, this line represents a generic message, but then this line over here, this is the composed message sending. So LZ compose allows you to send a message, and then the OAP would then call another contract based on the composed message contents. Actually, we just forward the composed message contents to contract B, and contract B is supposed to do things based on the contents of that composed message. Lastly, we have ordered execution. So as some of you might know, LayerZero v1 only had ordered execution. Hey Google, stop. Okay, sorry for that. But LayerZero v2 by default is non-ordered, but it allows you to have ordered execution still through this option. So what this means is that whereas for if you just use these options up here, LZ receive, LZ native drop, LZ compose call, if there are multiple calls, for example, this one, it doesn't matter if the first one fails, right? Because it's non-ordered. But if it is important for you, for messages to be processed in order, and for the second message, for example, to not be executed until the first one is executed, then you want ordered execution. Okay, so regarding LZ compose and ordered execution, you do need to modify your OAP, and also the receiving contract, the one that receives the composed message, also has to implement a particular method, and that one is the LZ compose method. So yeah, make sure that you adapt your main OAP contract to be able to send the composed message, and also the contract that receives the composed message. In the same vein, ordered execution requires modifications to your contract, and that is demonstrated here. So you can see here for the LZ receive, so this is on the destination side. You need to validate the nonce to prevent messages that are not yet supposed to be executed. So the contract on the destination side needs to have modifications in order to support ordered execution. And yeah, another thing that's mentioned in the docs is that you can chain options. You can chain options. So you can have LZ native drop and also LZ compose, and they're either these are as in the options are defined through a specific method. For example, your contract might have one method, one send method for a regular message and another one for composed, or you might want to make it super flexible, only one method. If you want to make it be baked into the contract, the logic, then you have the options builder library for you to use. This is an example of how to use it. So here you can see LZ receive, LZ compose, and native drop. But then if you want to build these options on the client side, you also have the TypeScript library. So yeah, so here you have it as well. Oops, yeah, so sorry, it's this one. So yeah, you can compose them on the client side and then send the options to your send method. So that's pretty much it. Hopefully this helps. Let me know if you have any further questions in the comments.